Hello, good morning. Welcome to Fiber Dragon Live number 13, My Stitch with Me. My name is Ayikika, and today I will be working on Curiosity. Artwork is by Amy Brown. It is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and it is on 28 count even weave. I am doing 1/1 full cross with the called for DMC. I started this project in March of this year. Not going to be able to say that much longer. and um, yeah, I think since I've started streaming, I've been working solely on the fairy and not on the dragon at all. Which I will be for a little while longer. That's just the way it is, right? Uh, let's see. Let's look at the numbers really quick. So far, I have completed 62,432 stitches out of 177,189 stitches total. So that puts me at 35.23% complete. Ooh, that's so exciting. I have done 28 stitches already today. I labeled this one skirtty because I was like, oh, I'll be working in the skirt. And of course, immediately the first couple of stitches are in her legs, but that's okay. They all need to get done. The way I'm doing this one is varied. It changes based on where I am working and what I'm working on. So right now, mostly I'm going in columns and I just pick the next color in the column and then I stitch out the thread as much as I can. And then if there's just the nature of the area that I'm in, if there's a couple stitches here and a couple stitches here, I will go ahead and just bounce around and put them in. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I tried to change the camera position today completely and it didn't work. I was like, oh, I'll just set it on my desk and it'll be a nice close-up stitch. Nope. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to have to get a different contraption other than my little tripod because it was just in the way. It would have made stitching very uncomfortable. And, it's okay to be a little uncomfortable while streaming. I'd prefer to not be uncomfortable, but I do still want to enjoy my stitching. That's the whole point. My goal with this used to be 250 stitches a day because I wanted to finish this by March of next year. Not next year, not 2026, March of 2027. But I have kind of set that goal aside a little bit, just for maybe my own sanity. I love working on this piece and it makes me very happy, but sometimes when I get in the very heavy confetti, I need breaks from it. So the heavy confetti obviously goes slower, just for anybody in general, I think, but because I don't like doing confetti very much, it goes slower for me entirely. I don't mind what I'm doing right now where there's, some scattered stitches everywhere. It's just when it's one stitch, change colors, one stitch, change colors. I tend to wear out from that quite a bit. But I'm definitely seeing the fairy start to form in this, which I think is just very exciting. There's a stitch here that's very poofy. I don't know what I did, but poofy it shall stay. It's a light colored stitch, so I don't think you'll even notice it. Today the weather is very nice, pleasant, a little cool this morning, but then just very comfortable weather. Although in the house it's a tiny bit chilly, so I took my sweatshirt off because it's like, man, it looks like I'm always wearing black all the time. I don't know if you can see my clothing really at all, but I do wear things but my sweatshirts, I have 2 sweatshirts that I well, that's not true. I have 3 sweatshirts. 2 of them I wear more often than most, and they are both all black. So, it's just the way it is. I am still battling being sick, so I am still sneezing, I'm still sniffly, so I will try to mute for all of that. Um, if I catch it in time. Feels like I've been on this fairy page forever. And I know part of it was because I've started oops, that's the wrong spot. Other projects. Part of it is just because there's a lot of color changes in this tiny little area. Not very many big groups of stitching to get through quickly. I'm having some English breakfast tea this morning. Which is one of my favorites. Oh, this thread went quicker than I was expecting. Hopefully there's not a knot back there somewhere. Maybe I probably just lost track of it when I took the break from stitching and then started the stream. That would be my guess. Can I get 3 more stitches out of this? We're gonna try. Hope that your day is going well. Mine started out pretty good. I just really like those mornings where it's a little bit chilly, but then it warms up. Those are the cozy vibes I look forward to. All right, thread one more stitch. You can do it. Yesterday, my mother-in-law handed me a big knot of yarn and asked if I could detangle it. And while I do enjoy untangling knots, as I have said, and I said that I would go ahead and do it, I do not enjoy untangling an entire skein of yarn. So she had bought, that one looks weird, a new skein of yarn, and it was one that needed to be wound up into a ball. And she just started pulling from it to knit, and it turned into a big giant knot. There's ties in the yarn to kind of keep it from getting tangled, but if you just start knitting straight from it, it will kind of pull tight and all tangle together. So it was an interesting adventure. I almost have it completely detangled, but not quite. See, I wanted this last stitch, and now it is being troublesome. So I may end up having to cut it, which defeats the whole purpose. Oh, there we go. Okay. Why is there a weird bubble? Don't be bubbly. All right, well, whatever I did, I fixed it, but now I don't know if I can pin it. Oh, I got this. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay. Yes. Mission accomplished. That one stitch took longer than probably the rest of them combined, but I don't mind. Okay, the next color I'm doing is 156, which is kind of like a medium sky blue. Feels like there's a slight purple to it. So yeah, I still have a little ways to go left on winding up that yarn, getting it completely detangled. Hopefully not more than another hour, because I spent all evening last night. I didn't do any more stitching. I didn't read. I didn't do games. Nothing. I just sat there untangling yarn. Okay, where does this stitch go? I was just talking, my kids are about to go, not this next week, but the week after, on Thanksgiving break or the fall holiday. Um, so I will try to stream with them here, but they are very loud and chaotic sometimes. Um, and the room that I'm in is also the room that they play video games in. So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I just do a silent stream? That feels strange, but maybe. Mute myself, except for if anybody pops in to say hello. Maybe that's the solution. Hmm. Where is this stitch? Here? Yep. It's not quite air stitching because it's a light blue, but can be hard to see. At least the fabric has a little tint of color in it, so. Oh no, this is why I snip off the tail. Okay, let's do that before I catch it again. Have a sip of tea. Oh boy. These stitches, I think, go here. Okay, how do I want to tackle this? Because it kind of goes up in this big grouping up this part of her leg on her knee. So I think I'm going to try and do it a couple row or a row at a time across a couple different blocks. We'll see how that treats me. Or not. I'm already changing that plan. I'm gonna do this block, and then I'll go over and do those rows one block over. And then I'll go row by row. Obviously, that was my plan all along. This thread is going so quickly. Why? Guess I had some pretty decent sized jumps there, but I didn't think they were that big. My dog is super snoring right now, so hopefully you like that sound. So nice to just have several stitches together. There's a couple symbols on here that always trick me into thinking that it's shaded in. So I'll think that there's a stitch that I'm working next to, and there's not. I just lost where I am. I am right here. Indeed. By not working on this every day, though, I feel like I've lost track of how far a thread goes because I feel like this thread is ending way too soon, too. So, okay. Sorry, I seem to be losing my voice quite a bit. I think I'm going to end this thread because it's getting pretty short. Got a little bit more of her leg in there. All right, now we should be back in the skirt. Okay, so I do have a section that's all one color going through here, but I have a couple stitches that are single stitches. So I'm going to do those first just to, oh, interesting. That is not what I expected these stitches to do. Well, let's get them taken care of. 3740. There it is. A purple, matted purple. I like it. I want to say grape, but I don't think that that's. It's like the grape, the purple grapes before you wash them. You know, and they've got that like dusty coat on them or whatever. That's what color this is. All right, so I thought this was skirt, but apparently, I mean, it's up in her skirt, but it's still where her tights are showing through up here. It's so pretty. It's very subtle, and you don't see it from far away, but you can see these flowers that are down here. There's one right here and right there. I'm very impressed with it. It's very pretty. Okay, where am I putting this stitch, though? That's the question we should be asking right now. thought I would like. You can't hear it. I said I wasn't going to talk about the music, but I do. I need to figure out why the music does not come through. I feel like that's an important part of how I stitch. I need to figure it out. Mess with the settings this weekend. See if I can get it to work. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to come over to the tights. I almost was like, I'll just cut these threads out of the way. No. Don't cut the part threads out. I've done that twice now up in this area. Once was an accident. It just like accidentally snipped the thread when I was cutting a tail. And then the other one, I was just like, why is this here? Because it was a shorter one, kind of like this one. And I thought I had just left a really long tail. So I cut it out. Realized later it was supposed to be a parked thread. Whoopsie daisy. The perils of parking threads. Okay. Next is, I think I'm adding some more details for the flowers. Oopsie daisy. Oh goodness. Oh dear. I think I need to sniffle and snuffle. Hold on. All right. That is a long drag. I don't feel comfortable with that actually, so I'm going to switch that. I thought I would be okay with it, but I just no. So I'm going to end this thread. Unfortunately, I will have one stitch over there, but sometimes I'm okay dragging it long distances, and other times I'm not. And I'm not sure that there's any rhyme or reason to it. It's just the way I feel. It's just the gut feeling that I have. I meant to leave a loop and pin it, but that didn't work out. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, just one. I could pop up. Okay. See, I'm in a tricky zone where this area over here is off on the next page, but there's only a tiny bit of stitches here before it's just a bunch of empty space. So I am trying to catch them if it's a color that I'm currently doing. Sometimes I forget though. Now where does this stitch go? Right here. So these next couple of stitches that I do are not technically on the page, but they're off in that no man's land where I think it's just going to be easier to do them now. Get that tail. This is very interesting. I'm going to have to end this one because the next one is off in a strange little, it just has a little blip that's connected by a line above it and negative space. So can't drag it across the negative space. Oh, sorry about that. Bumped the mic. think I just have the one more single stitch. No, it says I have 11. Okay, one more single stitch, and then there should be a group of them. Oh, I cannot wait to get rid of these parked threads. Time for these to go. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should just work them in so that they're out of my way. Maybe that's what I'll do next. I'm kind of tired of them. Time to get rid of them. Now I should have a little group. Up in her bodice. I feel like you don't use that word much other than in fantasy or, I guess, romance settings. Maybe some historical references. That tail. All right, it says I still have 5, but I only see, okay, I see 2, 3. I guess it'll be an adventure. I don't know where the others are. My voice is just giving out. Just doesn't want to chat today. All the way up here. Okay. Um, all right, it says I have 2 more on the page, so I'm going to have to check for unmarked because I have no idea where they are. Oof, I don't think that thread is going to do 2 stitches though, unless they're right next to each other. Where are you? Nope, they're not. Hopefully I actually did one of them and I just forgot to mark it. So I believe this was the first stitch I did. Yeah, and I just didn't mark it. Okay, that's good news. What about this last one? Yep, it's another one that I forgot to mark. Perfect. Makes life easy, doesn't it? If I can mark it. Hello, mark please. There we go. All right, let's see. Put this one back, 37.40. Okay, now I said, I think I want to work in these parked threads. Just get them out of the way. They served their purpose. And it's time to move on. So I have 2. How do I want to do this? Just the topmost? Yeah, let's just do the topmost and work my way down. Okay. So this color is 938, kind of a brown, dark chocolatey brown. And I have 2 stitches that are close together. And then I'm going to have to find where the rest of them are. Okay. Before I get too far, I want to check and make sure that there aren't any off the page. There is one. So I'm going to go ahead and move down to get that one. Get it out of the way. That's not the right spot. It's up here. No, that's not the right spot either. Here we go. Ooh. Ooh. Going to skip one. I'm not. Dang, my voice. I will not have any D&D until Sunday this week. And I should have one Sunday and Monday. So that'll be fun. I always look forward to those. I'm supposed to have a girls' night tomorrow. And I'm going to bring homemade Dutch oven bread, which I talked about before. I'm going to make it today, so it won't be same day fresh bread, but it'll still be pretty fresh, right? It'll still be good. Oh, I parked this color twice. Interesting. Alrighty then. It says I have 5. I see 2. Okay, the rest are up top. So I will go do the up top threads with this. Not sure what I should do with this. It's not very long. It would be good for, just a few stitches. I'll keep it for now, I guess. I guess I will finish the other parked one. Look at that. One color, 2 threads gone. 2 parked threads. Yay. Why are we getting stuck? Though, can we not do that? And then I come up and do the last one. No, it still says I have one more after this. Please tell me I just forgot to mark one. Okay, where's the single stitch? Okay, I think I just forgot to mark off the last one I did up top. Okay, we're fine. Everything is fine. I have one of my former D&D characters on the brain because one of the reasons that I chose this piece is the little fairy in it. First of all, I liked the dragon. Dragon is the most important part. Second of all, the little fairy in it kind of reminded me of a character that I played. And I must have her on the brain because I've been working on this piece and I'm working on the fairy and everything. So last night, some friends were playing ARC Raiders, which is not a game I'm ever going to play, but it's interesting. I think I mentioned it before. They can change how their character looks without any, having to really spend anything as far as game money goes and all that. So I said, "Oh, make Cheppy, make my fairy." And of course, they're all humans. They're not fantasy characters, but it just made me smile. He got very close. For a human, it was very close. And they didn't die once when they had her, so she was obviously good luck. I forgot what I was doing. I am getting the next top part thread, which I believe is this one. It says I have 5 of this color. Oh, what color am I doing? I'm doing 823. And there's a deep blue. Could read as black next to these darker stitches, but it has a very deep navy blue. Okay, I did 2. I have 3 more. Where are they? Yes. Oh, close enough together that I don't have to cut the thread. Hooray! Where does it go though? Down here. Okay. I feel much better putting these parked threads in the piece. Putting them where they belong. Just, man, my voice. I have enough of a reference now that I'm sure they are in the correct spot, which is a good feeling. All right. Pin it and snip it. Pin it and clip it. Yeah, that sounds better. Although, are you really clipping the threads? But it's fine. All right. Only good for like 1 or 2 stitches. Sure, why not? Keep it just in case. You never know. Next part thread is a royal blue. Ooh, that one's short, so hopefully I don't have many. Six. They're all right here together. Hopefully I can get all 6. I should be able to, I think. There's one. I love this color. This color is 791. Excuse me, 791. So there's 2 that are very similar. I believe it's 820 and 791, and they're both kind of a royal blue. There's a very slight difference between them, and I love them both. This is going to be close. That's 3 of them. I have 3 more. Ooh, there we go. I don't know. This is going to be tight. 1. 2. Oh boy. We got this. We can do this. I sent it through the eye first, hoping. I'm just barely hanging on to the thread. Ha! I did it. Oh, I can't get the very last piece in. I put it through a loop for a pin, but I gotta get it through to the back of the piece. Come on. Come on. Yes. Works for me. Fantastic. Okay. Next Parks thread is a purple. It is 550. Sorry, I just knocked the microphone again. 550. We'll call this one royal purple because I just did royal blue. Is it actually royal purple? I don't know. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Oops, I did not do that correctly. Let's try that again, shall we? There we go. I have to stop to sniffle and snuffle. I'm a little lost. Okay. So that's right here. Not sure why I got so lost on that one, but it did. But that's okay. We've got it back under control. I did it with this one too. I parked two the same color. That is interesting. Must have just been the way the threads were working out. Just should have that other one single part thread. It's interesting that I did that twice. I've never really used that method on this piece before. So I don't really want to keep two short pieces. So let's keep the longer of the two. Watch them be the exact same length. This one is slightly longer. Okay. I have 50. We'll put that away. I would say that's a royal purple, in my opinion. Okay, I think I just have the one more part stitch. So that's nice. Three stitches on the piece. I would say this color is 3860. It's a brown, but it's kind of has like a rosy tint to it. So it's got a little bit of pink. Reads a little purple, like a dusty purple on the piece because of the colors that are around it, I think. Where are the other two? Pray tell. Up there. All right, so I need to end the thread. I like how I pretty much was guaranteed to work in the skirt today, and I haven't. Went off script and did my own thing. I said, no. Okay. This goes skip one, and then it's one. Skip one. Okay. Hopefully I don't have any off in those little bits because I don't have much thread left. Of course I do. I have 2. Can I get 2? They're within the same block, but they're a little far apart. Oh, we won't know unless we try. That is very short. Okay. We're just going to go nice and slow with this one. Oh yeah, this one was easier than that royal blue that I tried to do. Let's not get the tail in it now though. Okay, got those 2 done. All right, should we actually do something in the skirt? Nope, maybe? All right, I have this one last little symbol. There's only 2 stitches of this color on this page, and they're very far apart. All right, 801. 801. Brown? It's like a very brown. I have a very short piece here, but I don't think it's going to be long enough to do 2 single stitches. Would have been fine if they were close together, but that's okay. We'll get done what we can get done. Nice and slow. See if I can save enough thread for the last stitch. Oh, there you go. There was that fabric squeak for you. What do you think? Can I get 1 stitch out of this? Let's try. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I think it's going to work. Oh, yeah, easy peasy lemon squeezy. But if you ever saved a thread that length, it would just disappear in the box. I'd never find it again. All right, done. Brilliant. Over, almost completely done with the stream. Finally gonna get to the part that I said I was gonna be working on. Okay. For some reason, those parked threads were just getting to me today. Okay, 400. It's a color I'm very familiar with on this piece. It's a dark burnt orange. I think I'm using it also on the kitty. So this looks like it was a short kitty length, but it was a kitty because it's got 3. That's okay. I'll use it for my fairy. I wouldn't say I have a chunk of stitching, but at least I get to fill this in. Nice little run of stitches, I guess. I don't even need to pin this one because the stitches will pin it. Ooh, fabric squeaks. So many fabric squeaks. Oh my goodness. Fabric squeaks. Probably because these stitches are surrounded, it's just kind of tight. There's quite a few color changes, so I have a feeling in the back there it might be a little bit thick. Oh, that is nice though. Filling in. No more gaps. I was worried. I was like, "Oh, is there a gap right here?" I think it's just the way the thread is laying. I see a gold thread in there. Maybe I only did one of the X's. Or maybe it's just in there really tight. Unknown. We're just going to let it be. Oops. This color looks fairly bright orange next to some of the stitches that it's next to. It's interesting. Look at that. We've got the bottom of our skirt done. Well, in that area anyway. As the Nutty Nerdy Needle says, how cool is that? Oh, almost pulled the thread out. Probably cinched that one down a little tighter than it needs to be. Whoopsie daisies. Okay, here we go. think after this, because my voice is feeling so wibble wobble, I'm gonna have to make myself some more tea. I don't think this thread's in the right spot. It's not. Probably have to go with some uncaffeinated though. Bonk. I'm gonna say that's much better without the threads. Ah, I have gotten to a point where I understand and can deal with park threads now. Before they would kind of it make me a little anxious, but I understand them now. But I still don't prefer them, even though my friend's piece, I am doing the diagonal parking method, which I enjoy for that piece. But like I was saying, with something with a lot of colors, I'm just not sure that I can manage that. Okay, that's kind of the end of that run of the color, so now I have to decide where I'm going. I don't have a ton of thread left. Well, hello. My older kitty is here. He never comes to visit. Hey, bud. Hi. He's usually outside, but now that it's getting colder, he says, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'll see if I can. I'll have to see some messy cords and stuff. Oh, no, he left. I'm not even going to. I was going to turn the camera, but he left. Okay, let's go up. I have a little run over here. Little one. Maybe I'll have enough thread for it. Do not walk on the fish tank. No. He's trying to get over here. What are you doing? Nope. Nope. Oh, he's on the fish tank. Get down. Okay. There's my old guy. There he is. There's my old guy. Okay? Yeah, I see you. I see you. Let's see. How old are you now? What year is it? 25? I think you're 17. Thank you. Yes, that's very helpful. Makes it so I get so much done. Yes. Yep, there's one. Oh, there's one of your fur. There's a piece of your fur. A kitty hair all over the project. Yes, I see you. I love you. Yes, I do. Yes, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. You want more pets? I'm trying to stitch here, man. I'm trying to stitch here. Oh, don't knock off the microphone. Oh, buddy. Thank you. Yes, I love you too. I don't know how long my mic's been muted. I've been talking away. This is my older kitty. I don't know if he stepped on them. I just don't know. Or if I've been muted for a very long time. Hi, buddy. Yeah. You're a good boy. Can you stop getting your fur all over? That'd be super helpful. Oh, we're hitting buttons. Kitty butt is hitting buttons. I did finally get some skirt done, so excuse you. I can't see. Bud, you just left so much fur. Oh my gosh. Yeah, why don't you get down? That sounds like a good plan. Oh, we're gonna rub on the camera now, huh? Yeah. Hope you're not motion sick. Kitty pets. There we go. Okay. Oh my gracious. There's going to be so much cat hair in this now. Like there wasn't before, but he went to town. Okay. Look, we've got a whole section of the bottom of our skirt done. Yay! All right, now what? Now, looks like I've got some 310. Which I moved over here because I was using it for the kitty. Time to fill in some shadows on the skirt. I guess some of those park threads, pretty much all of them, were in the skirt. So I have been working on the skirt. Just maybe not the area that I thought I would be working in. Okay, I feel like this one I've been doing column by column. So I think I'm going to go ahead and stick with that. Not strictly. I have bumped over, I see, for a couple of them. But just trying to do what makes sense. Oh my gosh, there's just cat hair everywhere. What can you do? What can you do? Yeah, my older cat almost never comes to visit. I mean, part of it is when it's warm out, he's outside. He got to go outside his whole life, so we figure he's too old to make him just indoors. He would be very unhappy. So he still gets to go outside, and he'll just go out and lay there in the sun. And now that it's chillier, he's hanging out indoors, and I think he just wanted some snuggle time. As many of us do when it gets chilly, right? Chilly weather's for snuggles. I'm gonna cut this tail because I can already tell it will be a pest. Hmm. Everything subtly moved now that the cat was here. And there's fur everywhere. See how far I can get with this thread. Because it is getting close to time for me to end the stream for the week. Whoopsies. I will be back on Monday. Because I'm going to continue to rotate through my pieces. I will work on Mermaid tomorrow. And Friends on Sunday, and then I will work on this one again on Monday. So we'll be back to this one on Monday. But never fear, you will get to see Friends again on Wednesday. Wait, does that mean that you're not going to see Mermaid at all next week? No, you'll see it on Friday, right? Yeah, you'll see it on Friday. Oh my gosh, there's just cat hair. Oh. The joys of having pets. Oh, do you hear that? That's my dog having a dream. She only barks and howls when she's sleeping. Well, she'll bark when she's awake. She used to only bark in her sleep, but she doesn't now when she's awake. But she will only howl when she's asleep, and it's the funniest thing. And she'll do it during naps, which is good because that's when it's the most funny. It's not as funny when it wakes you up in the middle of the night, but it is still entertaining. I think she thinks she has dreams that she's a wolf running free. I don't know if that's true, obviously. That's what I like to think. Oh, please don't. Oh, that was close. Almost pulled it right out of the needle. Look at that. We've got some nice skirt shading. It'll be fun to fill in the color around it. Doggo is scratching her nose. That's her sniffling and snuffling, not me. Let's get up to maybe the top of this block. 3, 4. Look, we're at her little waistline. We're at her belt. I don't know if it's a belt so much as just her waistline. So I think I'm going to go a tiny bit over today. But I've got a good run going, and I hate to doggo shakes. Hate to break it up. Maybe because I'm dreading going back to untangling that yarn. No, if I just stitch forever, I'll never have to go back and finish untangling it. Almost there. I'm headed up to that little area. Six more stitches for this stream. Oh, yeah, six. It's like technically it's seven, but because it does pop up into the next block. But I'll park it on that seventh one. All right. I just put it in the last stitch and I put it in the wrong spot. No. See, I really don't want to go back to detangling. Oh, I can't even thread it. There we go. Okay. So that is where I'm going to end it for today. Today I worked in those parked threads and I got the bottom of her skirt down here done in this difficult many color change area. Here, I'll hold it up for you. So yeah, down in this area, there's a lot of color changes. So we got that part of her skirt complete. And now we're moving up. We're going to be finishing at least the main body of her skirt soon. Yeah, moving right along. So let's look at the numbers really quick. Let's see. I have 62,613 stitches complete. That puts me at 35.34% done. So that's great. I did 209 stitches so far today. Excuse me, my goodness. I will go ahead and finish the rest up, get that, 40 stitches left to do. Um, and uh, get those in later today, but that'll be good. Easy peasy. And yeah, I will be back on Monday working on this piece again. Hopefully, I'll be a little bit further along, not much. Let's look at this particular page really quick. This particular page, I'm at, so right in here, I'm at 69.36% complete of this page. So um, obviously not moving off the ferry anytime super soon, but we are getting close. We're past the halfway mark. I'm going to head back down into the dragon soon, which I cannot wait for. I'm so excited. I'm ready. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me, helping me further along with my stitching goals. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you on Monday.